3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14.
And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Alert! Alert! 19 Tiger! 19 Tiger!
To the air right away is May.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hopkins. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
You look at this Steeler defense.
They are the 22nd ranked unit against the run in the NFL.
And when people talk about facing a challenge, they are certainly getting one in this ball game because they're facing the #1 rushing unit in the NFL, which means this is going to be a contest they've got to be prepared for from the first snap.
Here's May.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now a run. Here's the first-round pick from April's draft.
And some nifty running right away as he'll get this up past the 30. 12 more yards there and another first down. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
11 more on that one and another first down.
And that last carry will do it. He is officially now the new all-time NFL record holder for most rushing yards in a single season. Historic, unbelievable. What an accomplishment.
Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Second down and 6 now.
Caught here by Bell. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets them up now 1st and goal.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal.
Here we go, shot. Smash, smash.
They'll try to run this one in. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Check, Panther. Ready. Bring it. 70 Lion. Hut, hut.
He'll try again.
And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. A great play there. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season.
And the Patriots will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
a good return up past the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Don't jump. Ready? Right.
Here's Fields. Throw finding Thornton over the middle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Here we go.
2nd and a couple.
Right.
Up the middle they go. Stewart. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Well, you look at this Patriots defense. They've had their trouble stopping the run, Charles. Currently 29th in the NFL in that department.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
It's there. Sit right.
Back to throw. Fields. He finds his man. Complete. That's Hodges. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Here we go. Sit right. Out. Let's go. Sit right.
Fields now to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Right.
Again, Fields. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
Go.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. As they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation.
Hey, 551. 551. Right.
Here's Fields.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
So the completion gets him just a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now. Jabril Peppers deep to receive. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Patriots take over. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive.
Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3 because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
56 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Two minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
And the Patriots had 2-10 now on the year. And whatever promise they had to start the season fully evaporated now as they come in losers of 6 straight.
Well, you know what they often say, winning breeds winning, but unfortunately, the flip side of that can be true as well because this is a club in desperate need of a spark out of somewhere. A big play on offense, turnover, takeaway on defense, something to get them pointed in the right direction. They need it quickly.
Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
No surprise to see a sideline fired up by that big play. Heck, we're fired up and we're supposed to be neutral. That's a quarterback putting his body on the line to fight and just barely get the 1st down. When he does something like that, it gets everyone ready to lay it all out there and try and match his intensity.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Now, that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0.
2nd and 6.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
Unlock line! Unlock line! Check go!
Now they try the right side here.
And he will have a Patriots 1st down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were two things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. When we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Throwing here is May. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Third and 5. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And this is going to be no good. He missed it off to the left, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
Looked like he might have overcompensated there for being on the right hash, because you've got to make sure you get the angle right. But that time he started it too far left and winds up hooking it way too far.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Now Fields, and with great starting field position and 1 timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. This 2nd and 4.
Here we go.
Fields. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Here we go, son.
To throw is Fields. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this 2nd half. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the 3rd quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit.
And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Don't jump. Ready? Set.
Now it's Fields. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
That is caught. He's got the first down and more.
And down to the 7-yard line. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there.
Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have got it back to within a score. And that touchdown's going to put him in double digits now for the year. It's his 10th rushing touchdown of the campaign.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make our score 14-7. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here. What a way to start a drive. An excellent run, a tone setter, and now if you want to take a shot on 2nd down and go play action and make it look like the same exact play and throw it over the top, you can do so because you've established the run in a big way.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
99 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now a handoff as they run left side. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Throw complete to Bell.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. And if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice game.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
To throw, it's May.
Flush to his right. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs it.
And he is in. Touchdown, New England. Taking it in from a yard out.
And the Patriots will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go. Hey, Ken. Right.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
He's got this to Pickens.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
Hey, Ken. Here we go, son.
Back to throw. Fields. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Will be a gain of 5, and it's second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And it's intercepted.
It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Patriots are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Well, down 2 scores in the fourth quarter. It maybe wasn't quite desperation time, but it was getting close. And that interception there on the deep ball, that probably slams the door on their chances.
And maybe that was the thought process, that it wasn't quite desperation time. So now you take the shot before they're going to lay back any farther on defense. Go ahead and throw it downfield. Unfortunately, it didn't work.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. A shotgun snap. Fields under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Keon White in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Fields, he's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Out of the gun, Fields.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
You got a mini base. Why not? All right.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Fields.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
All right.
From the gun, here's Fields.
Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown.
Calvin Austin.
His 14th touchdown now on the year.
And the Steelers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. And defensively trying to beat the 2-minute warning with a timeout, and they do. Calling it with 2:04 left. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 6. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
They'll try and throw for it with May. That is intercepted.
And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
All eyes on Fields.
He finds Austin complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
And this is one of those gotta-have-it drives. You can't start much better than that. Big yardage there. And just as important, he's able to get out of bounds. And now, that changes everything.
They'll run on first down. Stewart. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Here we go. First and goal. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Point after here coming up. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. They'll come up first and 10 here.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Just the one timeout remaining as they try to navigate this 2-minute drill. First and 10.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
At this stage, you've got to hustle. You've got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
They'll come up now. This is second and long.
And now here's a carry heading left.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. Here's first down.
Now a handoff as they run left side. The Patriots will take their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
27 seconds to play as they come up on a second down.
Come on, set. Ready.
They'll throw with May.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Four quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, We need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
Looking to throw again on second down. Fields. Austin is there and brings in another one.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. As they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Marte Mapu, the one to bring him down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Here we go, Scott.
From just shy of midfield, Fields. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
So third down coming up. And, Charles, I guess a question for me, where does 4-down territory begin possibly?
I guess for me it begins if you have 4th and 5 or less. Because you've got to understand your team and know what your play calls are. What do you have that you think you're confident that you can pick up that type of yardage? It might be 4th and 3 for some teams, but I think anything under 4th and 5, they'll think about going for it.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Here we go, Scott.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied.
Hey. Scott.
On 1st down, Stewart.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on second down.
They'll keep it on the ground. Stewart, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
He had a minimal gain on 1st down. Now they stop him for no gain. What do you think, going in a different direction on 3rd down?
Could very well be. I'll guarantee he's asking for the ball 3rd time to try and make up for the first 2. But his QB might very well say, well, my man, maybe next series. Let's try someone else on this play.
Coming up on a 3rd and 9. Opening drive of overtime as they look to convert. Looking to throw. Fields. Being chased out left.
And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough.
Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down.
They snap it to Fields.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with a football. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs.
Ready.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick 6, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
Next score wins, but remember, this will be a tie if the period ends with no scoring as they work on second down.
A quick pass out to Juju. He gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
He'll get this to Bell.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
2nd down and 8. Here's a give up the middle. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down.
Go.
To the air, May. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
Well, they've certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. Just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And it'll be a good time in the Back Bay tonight. The Patriots have won the football game. Well, partner, you and I were excited for this one today, and certainly had its moments. Some good execution at times by both of these offenses. Defenses both made some plays as well. And always a joy to be up here in the booth next to you, my friend.
Yeah, it's a privilege to be up here in the booth next to you as well. Thanks for taking the time, and let's go ahead and get ready for our next one, right? The preparation started now.
So for the Pats, it's a rare bright spot as they move to 3-10 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem